If you remember, back on January 5th, there was a big announcement that Viacom and Warner Media were exploring the sale of the CW. And I laughed because who would want to buy the CW? It's an awful network. All of the shows are pretty much in the toilet when it comes to rating. No one's watching this channel. I don't know how a channel gets in such bad shape through so many bad decisions and it's still allowed to keep going. It's almost like they just never cared about it. I really love the joke that they use it to launder money because I think it's funny. And it's actually a legit reason why they just let the people who run this network do whatever they want to do. Because this isn't the bad ratings for the CW isn't something that just happened yesterday. It's been going on for years. For years. And there's been no intervention by Warner or Viacom. Like, no one's done anything about it. They just let it keep going. A really good example is this new show, Naomi. Okay, even before the show came out, even before the first episode, they're like, yep, it's gonna have tons of identity politics. It's gonna be forefront in the show. It's like, could just tell a good story, but we're not gonna do that, I guess. And lo and behold, by the time the second episode rolled around, it already lost 10% of its audience. Now, I've never read a Naomi comic book. She's relatively new character. And I've actually heard that the comic is good from a couple of people. A couple of people have told me it's a good comic book. I have not read it, but the two of the people that told me it was good, I like the stuff that they usually recommend. So maybe it's a good comic. But the show appears to not be one. She basically looks up to Superman and wants to be like him, and she manifests powers, and that's her idol. So from what I understand, she tries to be like him. I think that's a fine premise. Superman's a good character to try to want to be like. If that's who she looks up to, I think that's pretty cool. And if they're doing like a mentor thing with him and her, that's even cooler. I don't know about. I haven't read the comics, so I don't know. Bendis writes it, and I don't like his dialogue, but it is what it is. So, two things with this Naomi show, not the comic, the show. It had one of the worst debuts for a CW show, which is pretty bad. I think probably the press didn't help it, and she's a really new character. So it's already got like two things going against it. But if you take a look here, they lost around 100,000 people, which is pretty bad. You see it debuted at 802,000 people. And the second episode, they only managed to pull back 730,000 of them. So the show lost 72,000 people, 10% of its audience. Gone. Probably not coming back. And I would imagine the next episode is going to be even worse. It's just crazy to me that, like, what's up to the people who run the CW that Warner and Viacom put on to oversee this network? Do they know where like the bodies are or something? Because just by going what they were saying on this, like, we're going to make identity politics the focus of the show. Like, nobody wants to watch that shit. You essentially killed the show before it even had a chance. And it's not just Naomi, right? I mean, there's a lot of other stuff, like Batwoman. This show's ratings it's in the toilet. I'm stopped even covering the ratings because it's like, Oh, well, once again, I mean, look, they hit a point once where they had 372,000 people watching. And this is down from 1,000,000 from the first season. 1,000,000 people were watching this show, at least for the first 2 episodes, and then it dropped drastically because it's a pile of dog shit. This show's terrible. This show is awful. One of the worst shows I've ever seen. Nothing about it is good. The music doesn't even make sense. Like, it's a bad show. And look where the ratings are now. They can't increase or decrease. It's like they have a solid 300,000 people that watch this show and come back, and then another 100,000 that just leave it on when they're doing shit. So it's just crazy to me. And it's even with like Superman and Lois, which the first season is a legitimately good season. I haven't watched season 2 yet. But it's like, you have a good show here that a lot of people are still watching. Like 1,000,000 people watching this show still. Last time I checked the ratings for season 2, season 1 had 1,000,000 people watching it. Now we're going to have Superman question his patriotism. Now, maybe they'll make a good story out of this. I don't know. I don't want to harp on it too bad because the first season was legitimately good. But it's like, I really wonder, because the CW's track record so far is not good. So are they going to run this show into the ground too? The one good show that they have, are they going to run this into the ground too? It's just crazy to me. So Naomi, already bleeding viewers, and it's just wild to me. And they want to sell this network. Who in their right mind would buy the CW? That would be an incredible waste of money. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.